What's going on? What's going on, good people? You know what time it is. Pull up a chair, pull up some food. We got you covered. It's the pregame meal. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. Let's go. What's going on, good people? You know what time it is. You in the place to be. Hey, we do this thing every year. We've been doing this for a minute. Hey, it's highly duplicated, but it can't be imitated. Because like I said, the BirdCage, we do a little something different for the pregame meal. We got it to where the fans can come in, talk your trash, tell about your concerns, your likes, your dislikes. We gonna get to it today. Tonight, we rocking the old school, baby. You know what time it is, baby. It is the throwback night. Red helmets in the place to be. We definitely need to go back to the red helmets permanently. I see a lot of things that's going to happen. And the best part about the way that this is we just got some things that we're going to do tonight. We have to attack them and we have to make them pay. They have players out. We have players out. However, I like our depth a little bit better. And, you know, with everything else that's going on with this team, we have a lot of chemistry right now. And not just chemistry. We have a lot of things that we have to tap into to continue to build on what we did against Washington. This is a night where we can be put on the map, whether it's positively or negatively. We got to have the Falcons on a positive spin at this point. And the crazy thing about it is, we show up on primetime games. We show up. And the best way to look at it is this way. The Falcons are like how the old school Raiders were. And I'm not saying winning consistently. No, when we play in primetime games, we turn up. Because if you look back at it, the Raiders of the 60s, 70s, 80s, and even the early 90s that would play on Monday Night Football, they would turn up. They definitely was one of those teams that you had to sit back and say, well, damn, they can ball. He can ball. And right now, we have to see that with the Falcons tonight. This is our next primetime game. We showed out against Minnesota. We had the game, pretty much the Sunday game versus a playoff contender team in Washington as well. We beat them. Now you have a reigning playoff team in the Buffalo Bills who've been going to the playoffs under Josh Allen, who is a former league MVP. And the thing about that is this. You get to put your best foot forward defensively against a former league MVP, current player, and current superstar that carries this team year in and year out. You have to understand, Josh Allen is a hell of a player, but with the way that the Falcons are built defensively, we have to punish him today. This is how this is going to work. You have to punish Josh Allen tonight. You have to. When he takes off the run, if he picks up a first down, which he's going to move the chains, you got to make him pay. You have to make him think about it. Also, before I get too heavy into it, I want to give a shout out to BirdCage alumni, Mr. Eddie McAshan, Georgia Tech's first black quarterback. And matter of fact, not even just that, the first black quarterback to play in the Southeast at a PWI in the late 60s or whatnot. He's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, College Football Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Mr. McAshan. We definitely will be putting up those banners and whatnot. Look, you know I'm a Georgia Bulldog fan, but I promise you, I'll be wearing your Georgia Tech shirt on a show coming up this week or whatnot, just to support you because you came onto the show and showed us some love. So shout out to Mr. Eddie McAshan. You know, one of the biggest highlights of his game was when they played against the Tennessee Volunteers against Condredge Holloway, the first black quarterback in the Southeastern Conference. They had a hell of a duel. Both of those quarterbacks should have had an opportunity to play in the NFL during the times they were coming out because they were dynamic football players. It just didn't happen that way, but hey, it's okay. We have somebody that's dynamic that is a black quarterback that's playing for the Atlanta Falcons right now, and Mr. Michael Penix Jr. He walks in those footsteps of a Mr. Eddie McElshan, a Condredge Holloway, a Warren Moon, and so many of these quarterbacks. Guess what, bro? Yeah, on prime time, big dog, you have a chance to continue to build your reputation. You've taken a couple of losses in your career. It's okay. You're in a position now to where you can exceed expectations and grow. This is technically his rookie year still. The game is still slowing down for him. He's made some incredible plays so far during his career. What I would like to see is a little bit more decisiveness on being able to pull it down and run and give those defenses an opportunity to say, you know what, I can't just sit back. If you're going to give him some room, give him, you know, he's going to burn you. And that is what you need to have when it comes to Michael Penix Jr. So I provided the link on YouTube. I'm going to provide that also on X so folks can come in, chop it up with us, talk about what you like, you dislike, what you want to happen tonight, you know, and and then we're also going to talk about the players that's going to be out tonight, you know, and I look at it like this. The two biggest pieces for this game right now is Dalton Kincaid, and then you got Samuel. You have two of their biggest playmakers that are not going to be playing tonight. That is major. That's major. When you don't have these guys playing and you don't have these guys in the lineup, that is going to be one of the things that really is going to make you question, okay, can this Falcons team capitalize on having playmakers gone? That's the only thing that's the only thing I want to see. The only thing I would love to see at this point is if the Falcons are going to be able to put up points. Our defense is going to be able to create turnovers. Are we going to be able to get pressure on Josh Allen? And when we do get pressure on him, can we bring him down? Arm tackles aren't going to work. Big boy. Also, tonight for us, we don't have Ray McLeod. We don't have Darnell Mooney. And then you also got to look at it like this. We don't have Billy Bowman. Bowman is not playing tonight. Nathan Carter, he's out. But the thing about Carter is this. Carter's not a starter. So it's not going to hurt us at this too bad unless one of our backs go down or both go down, which, knock on wood, that doesn't happen. But you also have to look at it. Jack Nielsen, he hasn't played at all this year. Lakel London's out. Guy that's not a starter. So truthfully, if we're looking at it, we're really only down 3 starters. Bowman, McLeod, and also Mooney. We're down. So at this point, you really have to look at how the Falcons are going to really do this. You have to look at the fact that Drake London has to be a focal point of this game tonight. You have to get him going. You already have Kyle Pitts going. You got to get Drake into it because, again, we saw some great plays, but you got to get him the ball a little bit more. You got to put him in position to make plays outside of just using Pitts and Bijan. Then we have to see how they're going to balance in Tyler Algier tonight because, again, when you see that two-headed monster going back and forth, that's one of the most beautiful combinations of power and speed. When you see those two, you're going back to the days of William Bubba Bean, William Andrews, Lynn Kane. I mean, you're going back to these guys, James Mayberry. You're literally seeing combinations of old throwback Falcon offenses with multiple running backs opposed to just pretty much a one-trick pony by himself. We have so many things that are going to work in our favor tonight. The offensive line has to be able to contribute majorly with pass blocking tonight. We have to be able to pass block. Run blocking, I trust it. Shout out to Elijah Wilkinson. He was one of the guys that I was concerned with this season. He's been in that situation to where he's literally just held his own. He's held his own. Pass blocking, he hasn't given up a sack. And we also have to shout out Ryan Nuzeel, our center. Hasn't given up a sack all year. has not given up a sack all year. This guy is making his claim and letting you know they signed me for a reason. And when you see this guy play, I'm going to be honest with you. It's the closest thing. And yes, I'm going old school. So for my older Falcon fans that are watching, he reminds me of Jeff Van Note, the Mr. Old Reliable. You talk about the way he attacks middle linebackers. He attacks defensive linemen. He is one of those guys that can just get the job done. He's not going to complain. He's going to work hard. And you see a lot of great intangibles with the Falcons right now. Carlos, what's good, my man? 2 guns up. Yeah, we definitely need him. AB, I want to tell you, thank you, my brother, for sharing the post. Shout out to my guy, Will, my boy Will as well, for sharing the post too tonight on X for us. We definitely appreciate it. Many Falcon fans are stepping into the chat and talking to us tonight about what they would like to see. Here's something I want to bring out to you guys. Arthur Blank today, it became news, but we support HBCUs heavy on this show. It's been like that since this was started long time ago. I made it a point to where I'm going to let folks know, like, look, our franchise, some of our greatest players come from those schools. So to see Arthur Blank put $50 million up for the local HBCUs that are in the Atlanta area is major. My whole thing at this point is this. We have to start giving more of those players opportunities to come to the professional level and have a chance to compete, because it's not the fact that they can't play, because there's many of them that can. They just don't get the spotlight or the opportunity. So with Arthur Blank donating money, I think that should open up another pipeline for us, because Clark Atlanta's got a good team. You got a former Falcon and Terrence Mathis, the great Terrence Mathis, who should be in the Ring of Honor, by the way. That's pretty much running the Morehouse program, who just had a very great win against Tuskegee a week and a half ago. So shout out to Arthur Blank for bringing money into these schools and really trying to keep things above water with all the turbulent times that we're experiencing in this country. I'm not going to get into that because that's a whole nother segment, and we're not making this about politics, but we definitely appreciate our owner for putting back into the community, and we appreciate that. So shout out to Arthur Blank for that. Now, getting back to the ball game, let's talk about the contributions that need to happen tonight. Yeah, so Carlos is saying Penix and Washington need to get it going. They're not gonna look for him, and as soon as he gets hot, yeah, I agree. Casey Washington has got to be a weapon tonight. But here's the other thing: if Kadero Hodge is healthy, you got to use him too, because Ray's out. You got Mooney out. You got Ray out. Okay, let's go ahead and start looking at the guys that were balling out. You had Chris Blair that was balling out in the preseason. You had David Sills that was balling out. The question is, can you make these guys active for tonight's game? Who's going to be the other guys that are going to step in and make some stuff happen? Here's another name that we need to talk about using in the red zone a little bit more, and he's not truly a primary weapon except for blocking. You got to start looking at Charlie Warner. Charlie Warner, outside of being a local kid and being a contributor and former Georgia Bulldog, the man has got good hands. The man is a red zone weapon, and he definitely is physical at the point of attack when he gets the ball in his hand. You have to start using some of these other weapons and bringing some creativity into this offense, because now that we have a couple of guys down, let's start using some other folks. But before we do that, you know what? I got to go ahead and welcome back my main partner, the Cricket Deacon. He making sure everybody, my man is making sure everybody is going to tip in the collection plate tonight, and he's going to make sure that folks don't embarrass the city tonight. The Cricket Deacon, John Harris. What's happening, Big John?
Ryan, how you doing tonight, boss?
Man, I'm ecstatic, and then I'm even more ecstatic because you done stepped into here to get a plate of food and sit down and break bread with me. It made me even happier. What's up?
Well, I had to stop over here, man. I'm trying to boogie my way back to Atlanta. You know, I told you I was down at the car show on the coast down here, and man, I was stuck in a traffic jam for about 2 hours. Just threw me all kind of behind. But I'm gonna make it back in time enough to see the game, or I'll be listening to it on the radio. But tonight, this is going to be definitely a litmus test. It is
Mm-hmm.
going to be a gauge because no matter how damaged and hurt they may be, this is one of those teams that if you beat them or if you show good against them,
Mm-hmm.
you will definitely go a long ways toward getting to where it is that you need to be mentally, as a team, emotionally, and strategically. Because this game was pointed to at the beginning of the season. This one and the one next week. And see, we
Mm-hmm.
we got double duty. We got to show up twice on national television in 2 consecutive weeks. So
Exactly.
and in doing that, um, I have to put it in the words of Bill Belichick. Hey, go out there and do your job. And I mean everybody. Go out there and do your job. You down on the sideline, Zach, handle business down there on the sideline.
That's right.
Penix, hey, look, son. This is your time. Everybody's been talking about you. They haven't had a chance to actually look at you, game with this much importance in it, with because this game is loaded, man. I mean, this thing is loaded like a doggone burrito from this thing
Hey,
loaded like a
hey,
burrito.
John, nah, this thing loaded like a 38 special on a Saturday night
Yeah.
off the Peachtree back in the 70s. That's how we go say it. Let's go old school. Look, you got me ready to button up the collar right now. I busted out the collar. Now you got me ready to button it up. Look, going back to your days when you had that afro and you had that dog and you had that coof on the top of your head.
Now you talking about Peachtree, Auburn Avenue, man. Auburn Avenue at
Sweet
the
Auburn
rib shack.
Avenue.
Yeah.
Thelma's Rib Shack. Oh man, I miss Thelma's, man. One of the
Oh
best
yeah.
soul food spots. Man, that it hurt me to my heart when I came back home and Thelma's was shut down. That broke my heart because the last time I went up in there, had some peach barbecue ribs, collard greens, yams, side of cornbread, and a little bit of peach cobbler. That's what I had. And
Yeah. Yeah.
and, and I had some red velvet cake. I took it home. Had to take it home. And my grandma about cussed me out because I didn't bring her none. So
Hey man, you mess around here and come down here and bring some food back someplace if you want to. You mess around here, they'll bring your hat to the cemetery. You won't get to eat it.
but
You won't get to eat it, but
but
yeah, and
mhm,
it's the same thing. Hey man, we got to give them some of this good old Southern cooking down here
you
in
ain't
the
lying.
floor that don't, and let them know that the A is standing up. Let them know we play ball around here.
Yeah,
You know.
this ain't the Falcons that was back in the day in Fulton County Stadium when we first started. This ain't the
Yeah.
Falcons of the early Georgia Dome days when we started. This is a different team, different franchise, and they're letting folks know that they don't mind hitting you in the mouth at all. And I
And
like
you
that. We got that
and you
identity now. Tough.
and you had some people mispronouncing our name, call us the Falcons. And man, I said, man, especially old George Seifert when he took over for the 49ers. Yes, we're gonna play the Falcons. What team that is? Oh, okay.
Hey man, turn your TV down, man. Look, I
Oh, that
like you coming.
William.
Yeah, he coming here doing something weird. Listen, Will, I need you to help us out when you come on, big dog. We don't need you. We don't need to see your grooming habits. Turn the TV down. When you come in here, dog, you in here with us. Come on, man. Do us a favor. Help us out.
Nah, man. I hope we have a game plan. We have 2 weeks prepared for this team. I just want this offense to execute. Don't give them. Don't let them bend the ears back on the defense side of the ball. We got to switch it up. We can't just rely on Bijan Robinson. I want them to use Kyle Pitts on them seam routes and Drake London. And all I got a screen right. I'm gonna try to figure out how River McLeod got out. He would practice all week. All of a sudden he's out. Like that's a
Ray Ray.
long story short. But yeah, I don't get how he just come out the blue just out. You know what
Well,
I'm
you
saying?
gotta understand. You gotta understand. There are injuries that don't get reported throughout the season. Guys are banged up all year. That's part of the game, bro.
Oh yeah. I know it's part of
Out
the
of
game, but
and think about it. Maybe it was something, it might have been something that was lingering that he didn't say, and maybe the last day of walkthroughs or whatever, he couldn't go through it. And it's a long season. Look, I want him playing tonight as bad as anybody else, but let's keep this a book. We have depth on this team. We have guys that can step in and play. The thing they have to do is just execute. There's no excuses. If Tampa Bay can be down there starting running back and they're starting wide receivers offensively and missing a couple of players on defense, and they still have a winning record, we have no excuse. I don't want to hear
yeah.
that. We have no excuse.
And
Handle
I
your
think
business, because guess what? Dalton Kincaid is not playing. Curtis Samuel's not playing. And those are two of Buffalo's main offensive weapons. They are out for tonight. So let's see what this defense does, because now you got to focus on Coleman. You got to focus on Cook, and then you got to focus on Allen. That literally makes it a little easier for Ulbrich to plan for this.
and I think Billy Bowman out, so they got Kobe Bryant. Oh Lord, I just hope they just use 3 safety sets, man. Not to speak negative, man. We just got to control the line of scrimmage. 2 third downs, get off the field. I don't care if you make them stay in discipline, and make them force those tight windows and special teams. Please have this team in short yard situations. We need that, and I'd be cool. In time possession is gonna be key.
Hey, Will.
Yes, sir.
Will, look here. I might need you to go in. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm
You
ready.
ready?
I'm ready.
Don't be faking the phone, Will, cause see that's what your backups got to be ready to do. You know,
Yeah.
thing is, you can't be in the coach ear talking about, hey coach put me in, hey coach put me in. And then when he look for you, Will, where you at, Will? Come on, let's go. You know, see that? Hey man, when folk get hurt, like that, man. Hey, that often said saying, misused saying, next man up. Hey, you better have a next man, and that next man better be doggone ready to go. Or we gonna flame him for the rest of the week if he go out there and mess up.
And here's the crazy part. I look at it like this, man. At this point, we don't know what's going to happen, because here's the thing. You still got Helms and Fuller on this squad. We don't know who they're going to activate and who they're going to put into that spot. We have to see what's going to happen. But as I said before, we've played enough football this year without Mooney so far. Ray really hadn't been thrown to like that. And when he's been thrown to, he really hasn't had too many opportunities this year. So I look at it like this. Offensively, I'm not worried. We just have to make sure that we use Algier, Bijan, Pitts, Drake, and then, like I said earlier, you got to give Charlie Warner an opportunity to use his hands, because Warner's a solid tight end too, and he's in the backfield as a fullback. Guess what? Why don't we throw him off? Give Warner a handoff. Let him use his power, because he's one of those guys that is hard to tackle.
Yeah.
Just saying, it's many ways that you can do this, but at this point, all you can say is, wow, this is major right now.
Yeah. And we got to have time possession. I think Buffalo like number 1 in time possession, but we got to keep Josh out on the sideline. So if I'm the offense, I'm gonna try to eat the clock much as I can and score it when you get in the red zone. Don't be throwing these vanilla plays and have this Buffalo front seven, because they like to load the box up. So when they load the box up, keep them on their heels. That's when you know what I'm saying, you put Bijan Robinson in the halfback, wide receiver. You gotta be creative at Robinson. So we need you to be creative. And when we get in them third situations and short, we got to execute and get the first down and keep the chain moving.
Well, also remember this too. You still got Hamlin that's on injured reserve. You got Matt Milano on the defense that's out. TJ Sanders is out versus the Falcons so far. You know what I'm saying? And then, Diggs or whatnot literally killed the secondary of Buffalo.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, they have a lot more personnel that's out, more so than us. Big Debo, what's going on, man? You're supposed to come in here and tap in with us tonight, but I see you tapping in through the chat. We wanted you to come in, but I know you paying bills and you working elsewhere. but it's all good, man. Y'all check out Debo Vibes, man. The man has some of the greatest places to eat around the city that he visits. Y'all check out that. And he also does retro shows concerning music, sports, and any other topic. And they also have dating issue. They have solutions for dating issues in this day and age. So y'all tap into Debo Vibes. He out here getting it. And also check out my man Richie or whatnot. He's got his show that he's getting started. And definitely you want to hear how the press conferences break down. Y'all check out King Richie on his channel that we have right now. Dirty Falcons United. Dirty Falcons page. My bad.
And one more thing, I ain't trying to be off topic. I'm not trying to be off topic, but this kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Carolina Panthers fan talking about, I think when he wanted to beat Dallas, they talking about, oh, we jump back on, we gonna talk. Let's see what Falcons do. Don't worry about us, because we got y'all late on the season. So don't worry about us. Worry about being consistent. Don't worry about my Falcons. That's all I got to say.
My thing is this. Why we don't need to worry about them right now at all.
That's what I was saying.
At this point, you don't need to worry about them at all. This is a place where you just got to just look at it like, all right, we're pretty much gonna be back up in here, and they got to deal with us. Okay, they beat us. They got a right to talk right now. They beat us and they shut us out. So what can we say? What can we say? Go ahead, John, because I see you wanting to jump in.
Hey, am I static? I'm hearing static. It might be me. Might be the bad connection I have down here. Oh, wait a minute, Ryan, where'd you go? Oh, well, let me say this, and then I'm going to get on the road to have a chance of doggone being able to see part of the game. But I wanted to build on something that William was saying about Zach Robinson and his offensive strategy. I saw something yesterday that Kansas City did last night on their final score, dragging that wide receiver right behind the line on the goal line. Man was wide open because everybody else was checking people out in the little bit of the goal that they had.
Hey, John, your phone, I think your phone is going in and out, bro. Go ahead, try it again.
I can't hear me now.
Step out and step in real quick because it keeps fading in and out. No, we can't hear you right now. Try to pop in. Yeah, try to pop right back in. We got you covered. And once you do that, excuse me. But yeah, so while John is getting ready to pop back in, so here's the thing. When it comes to Carolina, I'm not thinking about him at this point.
Me either.
I mean, here's my thing. They can talk all the trash they want. They earned it. It is what it is.
Yeah, but it just I ain't even talk like I ain't even talk interrupt you. It's just like y'all.
Good. That's what the
I understand. Like they comfortable. They won some games, and on what the other content creators said, they were like, Bryce Young, if you give him some good weapons, he gonna make plays. And it really was keep that team winning. It's like they got a running game right now. They keeping that dude. What's his name out of Dallas? I can't remember his damn name. He went off yesterday. Waddle, whatever his name. That's the only prior player they got, and probably McLean. But I just hope that when we get to a close out division game, sweep the Saints, and you got to split it with Tampa and Carolina because you went 0-2. But overall, man, we got to win tonight. This is a must win for us to get on that second seed, get over the 500 hump. And these 2 games left, we got the 49ers. I'm not trying to look too ahead, but we take care of business at home and beat the 49ers. We could be in the wild card, man. That's my goal for this year. Just get in the wild card.
You saying we can be in? Do you know how early it is in the season, Will?
Yeah, it's still early. The Bucks 4-1, Carolina 3-3, we 2-2, Tampa. Saints 1-4. I know it's still early. No, I'm saying I don't know it's still early, but I'm just saying we need the teams around mid-season to lose games like Tampa. But like I said, I at least want us to get in the wild card. My least, if you can't win the division games that you're supposed to beat, at least get in the wild card. But overall, we need this win. We need what's your key 3 victories?
Well, first off, we're not even at the midpoint of the season yet. Like you already talking wild card. No, let's get through these few games before we start talking playoffs, man. Come on. But gotta give a shout out to my man Tyree Holland in the building. Appreciate you. stepping in, grabbing a play. We got E the Goddess. Y'all check her out on X. They definitely have some great Falcon spaces in there. They got some folks in there that do know ball, and then you got some folks in there that just love to talk. But it's all good. I ain't gonna sit there and trash them because, again, at the end of the day, we all running for the same banner. But you know what? It's some of them folks in there. I let them have it. I'm with you on that. You know what? How the old people used to say back in the old days in the church, bless they heart. That's how I feel about certain fans. But it's all good though. But E definitely, y'all also got to check her out on her show that she does with a panel of brothers that she be schooling in there. Shout out to E, man, doing your thing. What up, GA Texas boy? So John, go ahead and finish your statement before you ended up going out because of the service.
Man, that's a crying shame. I have spent $1,100 on a new iPhone, and I got better service out of this doggone Android I'm on. Because I know you can hear me. I don't hear no static. I don't hear nothing. Boy, that's just pathetic. I ought to go up there and just throw the phone through the window. But at any rate,
perfect now.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It just makes me sick. But at any rate, like I said, I was Will brought this up, and Zach Robinson is going to have to do some mixing. Same way he mixed in that Washington game, he's got to do even more this time. Run it. We got to go back since we're a West Coast team. Go all the way back. Running backs coming out the backfield, wide receivers, running curls, dragging across the back of the offensive line. Tight ends doing the same thing, because doesn't make any sense for somebody back there blocking and they don't have anybody to block. Hey man, you a receiver. Get out there in that open space behind the line and catch something. All I need is 5 yards on first down. Everything else is great. Pick it, do what you can. When they start creeping up, boom, get them. I mean,
John, with that bomb that you talking about, throwing down the field, and the name of the show, by the way, I had to plug this in. It's called Enters the Lab. Y'all check out E because she's one of the brightest Falcon fans I know that's doing a thing for the ladies out here, and she definitely is one that's gonna school you if you don't have your education. Trust me on that. But John, when you talk, and shout out to my guy Big Will coming into the building, my fellow dog and Falcon fan coming into. I got you, Will. I gotta let John finish his soliloquy, and we're gonna let you cook for a little bit. John, if we gonna throw the bomb, you got to start using these speed guys that we have on this sideline. Kadero Hodge is one, Chris Blair is the other one. Now that we got these receivers out, guess what? Who in their secondary can run with these dudes that's running 4.3s and 4.2s at the receiver spot, and they're over 6 feet tall? Who's running with them, John?
See that? That's my point. That's my point. You got to take the doggone reins off and take them training wheels off the bicycle and go, son. Launch him. Go. Hey, 3 things can happen: pass interference, interception, completed catch, or 4th thing, drop ball. And I would rather have a deep interception than a close one, because who gonna catch him going back the other way? Because everybody else in front of you. So that's basically what I need to start seeing and see a little bit more about it this particular game against a quote unquote quality defense. Because if we show well here, what I want to do is, like I've always said, I want to get this offense and I want to get this team to where we get 14 points just landing the airplane in your city. Okay? Just like Tom Brady used to get. You land in the city, oh shoot. Well, the line just done went 14 on him. And then when he steps on the field, give him another 7.
No, I got you on that. So, Will, welcome to the pregame meal. Pull up, grab a plate of some soul food. We got you covered, big dog. What you got for us tonight, man? Because last week you came in here, you was cooking with us, and while we was cooking, Will was brushing his teeth with us last time. So, that's Will doing what Will do. That's my guy right there. Love Will. But what you got for us this week? Will, I got the clown, man. He got to.
Yeah, what's up, y'all? Yeah, right. All this food you got up here, man, it's making me hungry. I just hope my Falcon. I hope my Falcon's hungry today, man.
Man.
But no, man, it's been a great day today. Just ready to watch this game. I'm hoping we're ready to play. One thing we got to think, Buffalo's coming off that loss to New England, so we really got to be ready so we're not Buffalo's get right game. But there's several things I want to see. For one, I want to see the offense continue to improve, especially on third down. In particular, hey, we got Kyle Pitts, we got Drake London, we got Bijan Robinson. Let's get them the football, man. And on top of that, I want to see some edge rush. I think Ulbricht's done a good job with Caden Ellis and Diablo in particular, getting pressure up the middle. So I want to see that as well, but I want to see our edge guys step up. I know we're a little green there. But yeah, I want to see some edge rush and man, just relentlessly finish the game. You know, in the NFL is different, man. A lot of teams, like, you got to win these close games, these one possession games. But man, we got to play from start to finish, 60 minutes, and just finish relentlessly. But no, I feel good about today, man.
Thing is, everybody keeps saying Bills Mafia is deep. Look, we understand where Buffalo Wings came from. We get it. We know that they came from Buffalo, New York. But what I'm gonna say is this: they came down here to get some real wings, some lemon pepper wings or whatnot, and catch this L. That's pretty much what I'm saying. That's the motto for me. Now, look, now y'all normally know I don't talk trash like that, but tonight I'm feeling it. So it's like, look, y'all coming down here to the A. Y'all are literally deep. And one thing I got to give Bills Mafia, they travel wherever they go. They are deep. They are deep. But as we say in the ATL, as Baby D would say, shout out to the Oomp Camp, because we get it. We too deep. We started this long time ago. Y'all just took over the phrase. We coined the phrase. So getting to it, we too deep tonight. They have more players than we have out. We too deep tonight, but it's okay. Because guess what? We still got to execute, because they do have ball players on that team. What up, D? What up, D? Craig? Yeah, Ray might have had too many of them wings from his birthday party. Probably why I might be out camps or whatnot, but I got you. So this is the thing that I'll say that I think that's going to be critical tonight. What's going to be critical for us tonight is pretty much going to be us being in a situation to where we can get after Josh Allen and get him on the ground. That's going to be huge. We've seen our pass rush get to that backfield, and with them getting to the backfield, we've seen them put lazy hands on guys where they'll touch them, but they're not bringing them down. When I say heavy hands, is the legendary Mean Joe Green would say, you got to have violent hands. When you touch them, you're slapping the hell out of them. Whether you're bringing them down or not, you're letting them know that you're there. And when you do that, especially with a quarterback, I don't care how physical he is, he's going to think twice about it. Trust me on that. So I expect 2.5, maybe 3 sacks tonight, because I feel like our defense is going to be able to do it. The question is, how does AJ Terrell hold up tonight with that hamstring? That's another question that nobody has even talked about. How do you feel, John, AJ's gonna hold up tonight? And I'm gonna ask my guy Ill Will this. What type of role do you see Jalen Walker in? And then I'm gonna talk to you, Will, about the secondary after this. So, John, what do you have first for us, my brother, when it comes to this D line or whatnot?
Defensive line, especially in the middle, is definitely going to have to be violent. They're going to have to be violent. They're going to have to be relentless in order to give those people on the outside an opportunity to do their jobs, because they need to be creating double teams in both spots. And AJ with that hamstring, see, those are very, very tricky things, because you might think you got it straight, but then next thing you know, it grab you. So, hey, but you still got to go 100%. You got to go all out. I mean, you can't baby it. Can't baby it. We just see what it is that we have. We just see what it is that we have. But and one thing I want to say to all you Buffalo fans, y'all seeing a real tailgate, people. Round my Mercedes-Benz Dome, that is a tailgate. I don't care what y'all doing up there in that paid parking lot. We got tailgates. All the parking areas up and down Northside Drive. Look, that's what a tailgate's all about.
Okay. So Will, now Ill Will, I'm sorry. I got Pink Slip Will and I got Ill Will on here. I got two Wills now, John. And this is my man Ill Will below you. So Will, when we talk about Jalen Walker, because E mentioned it or whatnot, and you being a dog fan as well, this is a spot that I'd like for you to touch on. How important do you think it's going to have number 11 to go back to what we had him doing at Georgia with spying quarterbacks that can run? How do you think that's going to really help this defense out tonight with his strength in doing so?
Well, man, Josh Allen, dude, I mean, he's dangerous with his legs. I mean, we all know this. He's a big body. He's real hard to tackle. You're kind of asking a lot out of your secondary guys if you give him open space in the open field. He's a tough guy to bring down. But yeah, with Jalen Walker, what I would say is, like, don't sit there and be obsolete. Like if they put you on a spy, obviously you want eyes everywhere. You got to be in position. But 100%, if we could put a spy on Allen with Jalen Walker, as soon as he moves in the pocket, he needs to fly up. He needs to be aggressive. He needs to make the tackle, for sure. And like we said, with our edge guys being a little bit green, I mean, who's to say we should really send, say James Pierce, Leonard Floyd, Jalen Walker after him? Why not put a little spy on him? Let Ellis Diablo kind of get some pressure through the middle. That's one thing. If he really can, if he can be patient and when it's time to be aggressive, yes, I think that's a great idea.
So Will, now with you, we're talking, I'm gonna bring the secondary up because I'm gonna talk linebackers, but with the secondary, and it's Pink Slip Will now. So with the secondary or whatnot, what do you think is going to be critical in stopping their passing game to make Allen run with the coverages?
I think everybody should communicate and pay a lot of press coverage and sometimes man to man, but we have to keep we have to be disciplined. Our front seven have to hold up to make Josh Allen hold the ball more longer. But overall, I think if we get a turnover from Watts, Jesse Bates the third, once or two, that could change the game ball if the offense execute.
Okay. I definitely understand. Now, what my stance is with the linebackers is this. This is going to be critical. In this game, Diablo needs to be everywhere James Cook is, he's got to be because he can run. So when you talk about Diablo's speed, his ability to cover, you have to equate to the fact that the man was a strong safety and a free safety in college. That's nothing but a mobile linebacker that can hit. That's my old spot. If you can run and tackle, they're going to put you there. And the other thing is you can cover, but you're a little bit smaller than those big boys that sit down behind the boys in the trenches. So when you look at Diablo's a hybrid linebacker. He's one of these guys that can cover a James Cook. He can cover a Kincaid who's going to be out or whoever they have in. I think Knox is still playing for these guys, and Knox is also a problem. That's a tight end that no one has talked about. He was, if you go back to the game that they beat the Cincinnati Bengals in the playoffs or whatnot, Knox is a problem. So my thing is, I need to see a little bit more cohesiveness with my linebackers being able to get to the flats a little bit better, the ones that are going to be in coverage. If you're going to rush Ellis, rush him. That's my thing. Rush Ellis all day because in coverage, Ellis is not a guy that you want matched up with Cook. That's a mismatch all day.
Yeah,
Diablo,
so we got the tackle, and I put Diablo like covering them tight ends, and at least time to do a lot of more spread option and having them doing like comebacks or curl routes. I better have Diablo in the back and put Ellis to blitz or at least kind of stop James Cook or contain Josh Allen. We need all 11 to tackle well to get off the field on third down. So as long as we tackle and get off a lot of third and out, we be good, man.
well, but here's the main thing about Diablo. Diablo needs to be on Cook the whole time. That's the guy he needs to be on. I'm not worried about the tight ends like that because you still got JB3 in the back that nobody's talking about. He's been MIA since these two rookies have come up. He's been MIA, but he's doing things that's not showing up on the stat sheet. That's pretty much showing up in the film room. He's actually making it easier for these young pups. So, all right, E, appreciate you tapping in. I know 7:15. We know the game getting ready to start, so we're not gonna have the place open too much longer. But I'll say this: JB3 is one of those guys that, yeah, he is. He definitely is. But I'll say this: JB3 is one of those guys that now that you have the young buck that's out right now, he's got to step back into what he was doing since he's been in Atlanta. He's got to step down into the box. He's got to make tackles. He's got to break up passes. He's got to be able to cover in this game. He's a critical piece now that we have Billy Bowman that's out now. He's a critical piece now. So it looks a little bit, it still looks good that Terry drafted two safeties now. Because guess what? The veteran is still here and still at the top of his game. The young bucks just stepped in and made plays. He was the guy that was forgotten about. So tonight is a night where we got to see the old veteran step in and make some plays tonight with the young guy. So all I'm saying is at this point, Knox is still on that team. You still have to deal with him. You got to deal with Cook. I think the defense gets 2.5 sacks. Atlanta's going to probably win this game 24-17. It's going to be close. It's not going to be a blowout. Now, if it's a blowout, I'll be happy. But you still have to equate for how good Buffalo is. This is a team that's been to multiple AFC championship games and have lost. So it's not like they're a bad team. They got depth and they're well coached.
60 minutes, man. 60 minutes. That's all I'm going to say. Go ahead, John.
Thank you, sir. Sometimes, teams like Buffalo, Baltimore, Kansas City, the talent is so close, the coaching is so close. Couple of mistakes, just a couple of mistakes, puts you in the Super Bowl, keeps you out of the Super Bowl. And that's where Buffalo is. Now, they're starting to get tired of Buffalo just being there, but not crossing over and making that next step to get to the Super Bowl and then win it. But there's something to be said about a team that's constantly there, that's constantly being mentioned, that's constantly showing up in big games. And that's where we are aspiring to go. And tonight will be a major step. It will be a major step in making it to that particular plateau. Because if we eliminate a lot of our mistakes, and gentlemen, if you look back last year, there were little mistakes, errors, along with the Kirk Cousins situation. But those little errors, those little mistakes that cost you games. And you know what my favorite saying is about the season. The most difficult team on the schedule every year for the Atlanta Falcons is the Atlanta Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
We beat ourselves. We beat ourselves more than the other team beats us. We eliminate those things, cut down on the mistakes, cut down on mental errors, false starts. We can't have that. You're at home. And there's no excuse to have a false start at home. Okay. Holding, I don't really care about holding because these jokers, they don't even know what holding is. All right. These officials, they don't even know what holding is. So, false starts, mental errors, things of that sort, lining up offside, things of that sort, cut those things out. Stop killing yourself. If you can't catch with those gloves on, take them off. Take them. If you can't catch with the gloves on, take the gloves off. I'm so sick of Falcons. Ball to be right in the hand, just licking its tongue out, and then you just sit up here and just drop the damn ball. I mean that enrages me. It really enrages me.
Well, John, think about it. I think the changing moment for us and I say this here, the game is getting ready to start, and we got to go ahead and close up the shop. But I'll say this, Drake London had to learn that in Baltimore, if you remember. When he had them sleeves on, he took them off. And from that point forward, Drake has been a monster since then. Ever since that game. So it's just going to take one time. But for everybody that tuned in tonight, well, we appreciate you coming into the pregame meal. The halftime report will be coming up live, and then we are going to have the party line or benediction post-game show.
All right.
Tonight. So appreciate y'all fellas for tapping in with us tonight. Hey, you know how we say it in here, man. You either get right or you get left. Let's get this dub. Falcons up. Let's go. I'll catch you at halftime, folks. Go.